let's get right into it. And Rob, what more to say? I mean, obviously, we all, I was pulling for the Lakers because I had picked them. You obviously were rooting for the Heat because you picked the Heat.
I wasn't rooting for him, but that was my pick.
But you want your pick to be right.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
come on, man. Relax. Ain't nobody questioning your journalism, journalistic integrity.
No, but the only reason I say that, and I do always say, I don't lose sleep whether a team wins or loses. And I think people really think I'm like, oh, he's a Clipper fan. Oh, he's a Heat. Dude, no, it just doesn't work like that. You know what I'm saying.
No,
you know what we do.
But you want your pick to be right.
Right, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to lose sleep if they win or lose.
Okay, no. It was a crazy pick anyway. You knew it. You knew it, Rob. You were making a hot take. You wanted to make some waves. It wasn't making a hot take.
I had the last four NBA.
That's irrelevant after this pick.
I had 4 in a row. I was trying to go for 5.
Yeah, those Golden State ones were real difficult.
Yeah, right. You got them wrong.
with Kevin Durant and Steph Curry.
No, I'm talking about wrong. You got the one
picked them
you got
twice
last
when they
year
won
wrong.
It.
You got that one wrong.
Yeah, okay, but I got this year right.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, but you picked the Clippers a long time ago. You flip-flopped at the end. Okay.
No, I didn't flip-flop. No, I'm talking about before the series.
No, but you shouldn't watch.
Before the series.
That. But to act like you know, like you were like some soothsayer. I think.
No. All I said was before this series, I picked the Lakers. You picked the Heat. That's all I said. Anyway, LeBron James spoke afterwards, and we know that LeBron chooses his words carefully. So a lot of people were, I don't know, moved, surprised, were intrigued by what he said. When he first began speaking after they received the trophy. Here it is.
It means a lot to represent this franchise. I told Jeannie when I came here that I was going to put this franchise back in a position where it belongs. Her late great father did it for so many years, and she just, took it on after that. And for me to be a part of such a historical franchise is it's an unbelievable feeling, not only for myself, but for my teammates, for the organization, for the coaches, for the trainers, everybody that's here. We just want our respect. Rob wants his respect. Coach Vogel wants his respect. Our organization wants their respect. Laker Nation wants their respect. And I want my damn respect, too.
All right, your thoughts, Rob?
I feel bad for LeBron.
What?
I do. That
He's got the world in the palm of his hand. What are you talking about?
I feel bad for LeBron that for a man who's accomplished and done so much for so long that he has to stand up there and ask people for respect. It was just like I was embarrassed for him when he told everybody the day that he became the GOAT, like out of his own mouth. Like, oh, when we came back from 3-1, that's when I knew I was the GOAT. And now here he is on the heels of his 4th championship. His body of work, Chris, should speak for itself. But it doesn't. And it says a lot about even LeBron deep down by himself and his own personal thoughts. And this is just me reading the tea leaves, okay? I don't know LeBron. I haven't had this conversation. But I feel bad that he has to ask people to give him some respect because respect is earned. And you shouldn't have to ask for it under any circumstances. If he goes out there, does his job, works hard, plays by the rules, does everything everybody else does, people automatically do this. And for all the people who just want to point at the talking heads and us analysts, and they want to point a finger at Jalen Rose and Skip Bayless and Rob Parker and Chris Broussard and Stephen A. and whoever else, Matt Kellerman, and whoever else you want to point a finger at, it ain't just analysts and sports writers and broadcasters. It's the other players. It's peers. This is the same guy people wouldn't even vote for an all-star game, an exhibition. And it ain't just a jealousy thing. You want to talk about jealousy? People should have been jealous about Michael Jordan and all the winning and the sneaker contest and the Jordans and all the TV commercials he did and all the money he made. You want to be jealous of somebody? Michael Jordan, people could have been jealous of. But I don't remember people not giving him his due and talking about what a great player he was, even when they had to go up against him. I just don't. And Chris, if I'm wrong, you point it out. I don't remember it. But that's not the case with LeBron. On a great moment, 3 championships, 3 different franchises, his 4th overall, his 4th MVP, he's still crying in the wilderness. Pay attention to me. I'm worthy. I am that guy. Why won't you say it? Why won't you believe it? And deep down, I do believe that part of it is about the Miami thing, about hopping around, trying to stack the deck. I think that's what people and players, Chris, especially players, don't respect. It ain't about his hard work. He puts in the work. Look at him. He's a specimen. Nobody doubts that LeBron puts in the work. He's won. You don't have to win every year to be crowned a great player. He's won enough. He's done so many things with so much pressure on his back. But there's still something that people can't let go and feel good about or embrace him. And LeBron feels it. That's why he cried out for help and asked people to respect him. LeBron should never have to utter that. Never. Never, ever, ever. Never. Respect me means you did something wrong and you want redemption. All right, I did something wrong.
That's what respect me means?
What? Well, in this case, because it doesn't make any sense otherwise. Why does he need respect? He's done everything he was supposed to.
I think he was flexing. I totally disagree. I think now you're right in that there are naysayers and doubters out there for sure. I've never in my career, my life, seen such a great NBA player have so many doubters and naysayers. And a lot of it's because he's post-Jordan. And everybody compared anyone that they're going to compare to Michael Jordan. The standard is perfection because Jordan was 6-0. Jordan led the league in scoring 10 straight years. Look at the history. Before Michael Jordan, players were not held to this standard. Magic Johnson was not held to this standard. Larry Bird, Dr. J, none of them were held to this standard because Jordan changed it all. Jerry West, for goodness sake, is known as Mr. Clutch. He's 1-7 in the finals, 1-8 in the finals. And I'm not saying it was his fault that they lost all 8, but I'm saying in today, nowadays, with the standards nowadays, there's no way that'd be his nickname if you're 1-8 in the finals. And so the standard has changed, and Kobe Bryant, as good as he was, as great as he was, we knew he wasn't Jordan. So he wasn't really, even though people saw similarities, he plays just like Mike. But nobody was saying he's as good as Mike or better or the GOAT. It's very rare. Whereas LeBron has been compared to Jordan from day one. And so you do have a lot of naysayers because they're judging him by the absolute highest standard. But I think he was flexing. I think the way he said it, he was like, look, I done what nobody else has done. I've won this thing with 3 different teams.
You don't have to say that.
Well, let me finish. You can say it and demanding, you can demand respect. He didn't ask for respect. He said, I want my respect too. Black people in America are asking for respect. Does that mean we're sorry? A sorry, sad lot? No, but we're saying give us some respect. So asking or demanding respect is not mean you're sad or you're sorry or something's wrong with you. It's saying give me what I deserve. And LeBron is saying I've won it with 3 teams. And when I got there, the teams weren't in good shape. And within 2 years, they were raising banners. He said, I brought Anthony Davis to L.A. If LeBron James didn't go to L.A. as a free agent, Anthony Davis isn't here. And the Lakers are not back to royalty. And so he's saying, recognize all of that. That's what I want. So 2 different takes. But I think LeBron was flexing. I don't think it was a show of weakness. I think it was a show of strength You think it was a show of weakness? Let's see what the callers think. 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Was LeBron flexing out of strength last night when he called for respect? Or, as Rob said, was it a sign of weakness? And he knows that people just aren't giving him his due.
I want to say,
respect.
yeah, it's not just, I'm not saying like it's totally, but it's, you shouldn't have to. When I think of that, I always think of Rodney Dangerfield, who's pulling at his tie. Some respect. Like, give me some respect. I just don't think that he has to do all that. I think LeBron has always underestimated himself. Chris, we talked about this before. When he left Cleveland, he was petrified that he was going to be this great player who never won a championship. And I never believed that. I always thought he was going to win no matter where he was at some point because his talent was that way. And I'm not so sure, like, as confident and all that he is, I think there's still a piece of him that's not all the way there as far as confidence-wise.
I know in interviewing him earlier in his career, he was very confident. 2006, I sat down with him one-on-one. He was very confident that he was going to win championships with whoever they had. It didn't matter. And he didn't go out and recruit players. And then you see the big three come together in Boston. They knock you out. Orlando knocks you out. And you keep losing. And then he knew he had to win a championship, and that's when he began kind of recruiting players and putting together these super teams. And obviously the rest is history. But let's see what the listeners think, Rob.
All right, Derek in North Carolina. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio, Magic City Monday. What's up?
What's up? What's up, Chris? What's up, Rob?
What's up?
Man, I feel LeBron was flexing, man. Because the reason why I say that is because he know he's respected, but he wants it from the fans. He wants to hear it, and he also wants to hear it from the announcers, and he wants to hear it from guys like you guys. He's never gonna be held to Jordan's standards because Jordan was the epitome of perfection, but he's just under that. And LeBron, man, shouts out to LeBron and the Lakers for winning. And I love that guy, man. I love his game. And his game is totally different from Jordan's also. So, you can't put them in the same basket. His game is totally different. And
they
he's a
are
winner.
totally different, but you can compare. Because
you can always compare.
It's challenging comparing bigs and perimeter players. It's challenging to compare Shaq and Kobe. You know what I mean? Who's better, not. But perimeter players, we'll even compare bigs and perimeter players too, Rob. But especially perimeter players, no matter how different their games are, you can compare. Bird and Magic were different in a lot of ways,
right?
But you could compare.
All right, Garrett in South Dakota. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Garrett?
Hey, how you doing, man?
Doing
What's
good.
up, man?
Sometimes I think silence says something more than actually saying anything sometimes. Just taking what you got there and just you winning it in a different environment that anybody's ever been through for a championship. And just, I'm 50 years old, so I've seen both of them play, two different guys.
Right.
And I respect them both, but I think I would have respected him a little bit more if he would have just gone in there and just thanked his teammates and all the staff and the family that's, gone through the whole COVID thing and through this tournament and done incredibly well and finished. And
you know what? Yeah. No, Garrett, I'm with you. You don't have to always look for people to pat you on the back or tell you you're great. I don't. Your resume speaks for itself. You don't really, and I think that's part of it for me, Chris. I mean, you looked at it differently, but I don't think you have to say that. I don't think you have to. Man, look what we did. Look at me. I'm the GOAT now. You don't have to say that. People will say that. They will look at your body of work, and a lot of people are already in his thing. I don't know.
Some of that's this generation too. I mean, look at how they strut around, whether it's football or basketball or baseball. You know what I mean? They strut around after they do. Heck, you make a 10-yard catch in the NFL, you're strutting around like you ran back a kickoff.
Won 8 Super Bowls.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Right.
And the same thing in basketball. And LeBron was one of the first doing it too. I remember high school. He does something. He's strutting around, looking in the crowd. That's just this generation Is it some of hip hop's influence, which is very braggadocious, and you know what I mean? So maybe that's what it is.
Nick in South Carolina, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Nick?
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for
What's
having me
up,
on.
man?
Yes, sir.
Chris, hope you're feeling better.
Yes, thank you. I am.
Good. Yeah, I think if we look at the two greatest players ever, Jordan and LeBron, and I got Jordan as GOAT, but if we look at them, they look for things to constantly motivate them. And I have no problem with LeBron saying this because this was LeBron's motivation. Even with 3 rings and 3 finals MVPs before this, people questioned the legitimacy of his titles as if no other top 10 player had great teammates. Even with all his clutch playoff moments, they still question his clutchness and mental toughness. With the longevity, people say, oh, well, it's just good genes. So I think we're at a point where, like, the media is telling him what to say. We just got to let this man do him. I mean, no one nitpicked Jordan's answers for him. Right. So that's where I stand.
That's a good call. I think that's a great call. I agree with that.